Look, all those people
Packed everywhere, every time.
every time. And then that was a couple
Every
days ago at a Trump rally. A lot of people there. Thank you for joining us here at the Bill Mason Show.
Yeah, welcome everybody. And if you're watching what we're watching, you know that the ground momentum behind Trump is almost more than 2016. To me, it feels like it's amplified now. And I've been hearing that he's got almost 17% in recent Rasmussen polls of the black vote, and he's got almost 40% of the Latino vote. And he won in 2016 with 8% of the black vote and 12% of the Latino vote. So, I mean, if all the people that voted for him before vote for him again, his numbers are higher. And it's just showing. And I think the fear is in the Democrats' eyes at this point, because they are trying everything they can.
They are, with riots, with all kind of stuff, impeachment,
Yeah.
and threats, you name it. So if you look on the screen right now, 40 days, 11 hours, 8 minutes, and 15 seconds to election. Getting
Yeah.
closer.
It is. And everybody out there, make sure you're registered to vote. Even if you never voted before, get it all squared away so you have no problems on that day.
Yeah, this is life or death. You got to vote and vote Trump.
Absolutely.
Right. So, the other day, Pelosi was talking about impeaching Trump for nominating a nominee for Supreme Court. We got to take a look at that video. So let's take a look, okay?
Yeah.
Some have mentioned the possibility, if they try to push through a nominee in a lame duck session, that you and the House could move to impeach President Trump or Attorney General Barr as a way of stalling and preventing the Senate from acting on this nomination.
Well, we have our options. We have arrows in our quiver that I'm not about to discuss right now.
Arrows in her quiver.
I never thought historically someday they'll be teaching children, hopefully, if history is still a subject, they will be teaching children about what not to do as a House of Representative member. And it will be these things. This will be viewed as improper conduct for the House of Representatives forever, because they misuse every ounce of power that they were allotted to, and that was allotted to them. They totally abused their office. It's terrible.
It is bad. It's so bad. And you can see her mouth all grinning and everything, like she can't wait. Unbelievable.
I can't honestly imagine what they would go after him for now, because we've seen everything from, 2 weeks ago they were talking about mailboxes he was ripping out of the ground, and like that lasted about 12 minutes. And but before that, it doesn't end. It's always this constant like beating of the drum. Something's wrong with Donald Trump. Meanwhile, he's going around doing his constitutional duty here, and making something happen that is well within his rights, well within his powers. And then he passes the ball to the Senate, and then the Senate gets to nominate or not. Like, they have the choice. But I think what really, gets up Nancy's craw is that she knows the majority in the Senate, and she knows that Trump is going to get this pick. And it really burns them up that he's going to get two.
Oh, it burns them up real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's take a look at Kevin McCarthy. He is threatening Pelosi. Let's take a look.
All right.
If she tries to move for an impeachment based upon the president following the Constitution, we will take the movement to remove her from speakership.
There we go. You should.
Absolutely, because she's shown nothing that even closely is on the line of like what a Speaker of the House is supposed to do. And I'm a big Newt Gingrich fan, and I always have been. I love Newt, but that guy towed not only the line, but he was constitutional, and that's what you expect from the Speaker of the House. And she is unconstitutional and horrible at it. She can't even hide it. She is so blatant with the way she's going to abuse her power and how it's going to be partisan, no matter what. And now they've run out of arrows. I don't know who's making these arrows for them, but they don't fly straight because they can't hit the target.
There's someone in the basement making those arrows.
Seriously, these arrows must be the worst arrows ever made, because I'd throw those away and get rid of my quiver too, because they are terrible. It either makes them look like the worst accusers in history, or Donald Trump is a mastermind at getting away with these things. I mean, unbelievable.
Right. Well, he was a mastermind. So anyway, so we'll see what happens there. The Supreme Court justice pick is supposed to be this coming Saturday,
Yeah.
and we have there's 3 women looks like that's going to be nominated. Looks like there's a front runner, and
Yeah, I
so
think. I mean, honestly, from what I've heard, it's Amy Coney Barrett
mhm.
is the front runner, and what people are not sure about is why he's doing like these interviews. And I heard a couple of people really bring to light the fact that he's basically warning them that if I nominate you, this is going to be the fight of your life. Like, are you ready for it? It's not like a normal Supreme Court nominee. He would say, hey, I would love to give you the honor of nominating you, and I think you're a great person. He's basically warning them. He's like, look, I'm Donald Trump. If I nominate you, they're going to attack your family, your history. They're going to go through your computer. They're going to want your phone records. I mean, this is something that is like beyond FBI background checks, because we watched what they did. We saw how they do these Supreme Court justice nominees, man. I mean, with Kavanaugh, they had nothing but his yearbook from when he was 14 years old, and they ran that up the flagpole. So, I mean, this Amy, I think she is the squeakiest, cleanest one, and maybe the one that's most willing to take the attack, because she has stood up before. This is not her first go round. She's been an appellate court judge and already been through the ringer, with Feinstein. I mean, Feinstein put her up against the wall and she did fine. So, I mean, honestly, I think this is Trump trying to prepare these women that they're going to get attacked, and be ready.
Oh yeah, they want to see if they're going to want to take the job for one, and
Right.
also, like you said, go through that the attack mode. What's going to
It's
happen
not
to them?
easy.
It's
It
not
is
going to
not
be easy.
easy, man. I always thought it would be an honor to get nominated for the Supreme Court, but now in this day and age, if you get nominated, it's like, man, I don't know if I want to go through this. This is going to be brutal.
Right, they're going to run you through the rug there. So
Yeah.
that's not good. So earlier today, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Trump's somebody came on stage while he was doing a news conference saying he had an emergency phone call, and so
Really?
he had to leave. So I don't know what that's all about. We're going to look into that.
Yeah.
They're saying that what my source is that it's nothing, but we're going to look more into that. So,
Okay.
so the other day, Trump had a address to the United Nations, and he burnt China left and right. So let's take a look and see what he said. Okay.
Yeah.
We must hold accountable the nation which unleashed this plague onto the world, China. In the earliest days of the virus, China locked down travel domestically while allowing flights to leave China and infect the world. China condemned my travel ban on their country, even as they canceled domestic flights and locked citizens in their homes. The Chinese government and the World Health Organization, which is virtually controlled by China, falsely declared that there was no evidence of human-to-human transmission. Later, they falsely said people without symptoms would not spread the disease. The United Nations must hold China accountable for their actions. In addition, every year, China dumps millions and millions of tons of plastic and trash into the oceans, overfishes other countries' waters, destroys vast swaths of coral reef, and emits more toxic mercury into the atmosphere than any country anywhere in the world. China's carbon emissions are nearly twice what the U.S. has, and it's rising fast. By contrast, after I withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord, last year America reduced its carbon emissions by more than any country in the agreement. Those who attack America's exceptional environmental record while ignoring China's rampant pollution are not interested in the environment. They only want to punish America, and I will not stand for it.
All right. So they told them
Love it.
so. The Chinese virus came from China,
Yep.
and
Absolutely.
so you see the Chinese ambassador there looking around like, what's going on?
Just taking it. And
Mhm.
I honestly think that mask is saving him because the facial expressions under that mask are probably not great because
No.
Trump has held them to the fire like no one else. He's brought up the human trafficking. He's brought up the organ harvesting. He's brought
Mhm.
up their environmental. Like people say, oh, Trump's bad for the environment. He doesn't give a rat's ass about climate change. He's showing you that nope, it's China. It's all the mercury they release in the atmosphere, all of the crap that's in the ocean. That's China. So I mean, no other president was willing to, point out the wrongdoings of China, and it's refreshing to me. Now, other people that look at, Trump, they'll find something wrong with that, but honestly, Trump sold rice to China, okay?
Mhm.
So this guy can do just about anything he says. Back in 27 from 2017 to 2019, Chinese bought our rice. Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, this is something that only Trump can do. So, Trump can go into a UN and talk trash about China, and everything's factual. Like everything is legitimate. And the rest of the world kind of has to go, wow, I wish I could say that, because they won't.
No, they won't. So speaking of China, I don't know if you heard this or not, but there was 18 planes, from bombers to fighters, violated Taiwan's airspace. So
I can not
China was in attack mode. So they are pushing the button on Taiwan, and they're pushing the button with India. So a lot of things going on over there.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a big, bolster for them, but Russia is apparently very behind China.
Oh yeah.
They are like 100% like, yeah, we got your back. And I don't know if that's going to embolden them, and I don't think Pakistan makes a big deal, but now Pakistan's on board, fully on board.
Oh
So
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Pakistan and China are buddies.
and I think maybe India's in play for them. I
Yes.
mean, honestly.
Yeah, because Pakistan and India has been at war several times.
Yeah.
So has China and India. So they want to take them out.
Yeah, apparently they're gonna team up, and I don't know, it doesn't look great for I guess the global picture, especially when all these globalists want the economy, everybody to depend on each other for everything.
Right.
And you start watching a couple of these countries really fall or get involved in a war that they can't get out of, it'll affect us.
Right. Well, it's setting up to be. It's right now the sides are being taken with
Yeah.
all around the world. So looks like World War could happen around the corner, and it could happen in 2020. Who knows? Because anything can happen in 2020, right?
Yeah, and if I mean this is truly almost unexplainable. And I'm glad we're doing the Bill Mason shows, because if you watch from January all the way to this January, you will have a nice encyclopedia book version of 2020. And you
Yes.
can maybe give it to your grandkids. We'll put it on DVD and you guys can download it or whatever. But I mean, it really is a time
Yeah.
capsule of the nonsense that went on this year.
Oh yeah, we went from January 1 to Iran. We got to go to war with Iran.
Yeah.
The pandemic, we call the pandemic
Coronavirus.
first.
Yep.
The virus.
The impeachment.
The impeachment.
Yep.
We have, and now we have this mess going on with the riots. So
Yep. It's all there.
It is all there. So, and we called it first.
Yep.
Yeah, here on the Bill Mason Show. So let's take a look at Turkey talking about Israel, and
Right.
The Israeli ambassador left because the Turkey was talking about not liking the peace deals with the Arab countries. Take a look.
All right.
And there he goes. So the world is shaping up in Israel and the Middle East too. So the countries that are making peace with Israel are actually aligned against Iran and Turkey.
Right. And I think that's maybe opening up their eyes to, I guess, what we also tipped off, which was going on before, about the allies in Egypt and Libya and all the other crap that's going on the download down there. It's really coming to a head right behind Israel, like it's been predicted. I mean, this is crazy how everything's falling together.
Yeah, Russia and Turkey it goes down and attacks Israel, goes all the way to Egypt.
Yeah.
destroys Egypt, and then a billion-man army goes across the Middle East from China, across from India, all the way to the Middle East. So looks like
Unbelievable.
that is shaping up to happen.
It really does.
I mean, I mean, it's right in front of our eyes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, that's the show tonight. Do you have any last words, Bill?
Last words are Trump's got momentum, and don't let these stupid polls that come out fool you into thinking that, I heard a guy on the radio today say, oh, I'm in a blue state. I'm in New Jersey. It doesn't matter if I vote or not. It's just they're going to go, blue anyway. It does matter. Just vote. Show them with the popular vote this time. I think if we get an electoral college victory and a popular vote, it's going to shut a lot of people up, man. And I would love to see that. So no matter where you are, whether you think your vote doesn't count, just put it in anyway. Vote Trump. Do it.
That's right. Take off November 3rd and vote often.
Yeah. Yeah. Vote early. Vote often.
All right. Well, that's the show. Thanks to new subscribers. And
Absolutely.
if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell. And thanks for joining us.
Sharing is caring.
That's
Tell your
right.
friends about us.
Bye-bye.